And that is the Hall of Famer LL Cool J. And before that, of course, was Jay-Z. No, we're not going to do that right now. We're not going to do that. We're not going to play that song yet. Because right now, it's time for the Real Guys. And right now, we got my man Hippie Heem is here from the Real Guys. And this is Hippie Heem's first time on the Friday Vibes Morning Show. So first of all, let me say welcome to the Friday Vibes Morning Show. This is your first review and suggestion segment on the Friday Vibes Morning Show. So before we get into it, tell us a little bit about. We know who Jay Hussein is. Tell us a little bit about who Hippie Heem is before we get into it.
Well, thank you, Jay, for inviting me on. I definitely appreciate it, man. I'm a long time listener, especially since we started getting on the segment, man. I've been enjoying listening to your show and the different topics y'all got on here. As far as me, I'm actually Jay's real brother, Jay Hussein, real brother in real life. You know what I mean? We started this podcast because, you know, I got a big opinion on movies and TV shows, and so do he. And we argue a lot, man. We've been arguing since we was kids. You know what I'm saying? About every movie, every I'm big on villains. I always like to look at stuff from the bad side. You know what I mean? So
Okay.
that's always kind of been my thing, and I kind of bring a different aspect. I like to think of myself as the more controversial side to the real guy. Shout out to my
Okay.
brother Jay Hussein, man.
Shout out to Jay Hussein. I know he's probably checking us out right now. So is it safe to say that Hippie Heem likes to side with the villains because villains don't know that they're villains? Villains are actually have like their plans are well intended in their minds.
Exactly.
It's everything else that makes them nervous. So is
It's,
that where
it's
you
all
are with
about
it?
perspective, man. It's all about
Absolutely.
perspective, and,
Mhm.
and everybody always paints the villain uh as such, but they never get a chance to actually say their side of the story, right? They either get killed off or they get thrown in jail, but they never really get a due trial. You know what I mean? I think that's corny. I think that, they should get a chance to say their side. You feel me?
Hey, why not? Due process, right? That's what we talk
Right.
about in this country. But you have some suggestions for us and some reviews for us for this weekend.
Yes,
Of
sir.
course, it's been a couple weeks because of certain things have been going down, but I addressed those earlier. But it's been a couple weeks, and now we're coming back, and we there's some things that are out there right now that people definitely going to be checking out. So, what you
Right.
got for us, Hippie Hing?
All right, so first thing I want to start y'all off with this week is a TV show, a movie called Monster. It's on Netflix, right? Now, this one is starring Kelvin Harrison, ASAP Rocky, and Jennifer Hudson.
Mm,
Kelvin Harrison, he kind of had a start in like 2013 with Endgame and 12 Years a Slave. He had like small roles, but this is like the first time I see him have a starring role. Something that we can really say this is his mark. I thought it was real good because it got a chance to show a young guy, you know, in the hood, but not in the streets.
okay.
He's an honor student. He's doing the right thing, but you know, uh, things take a turn when he tries to, find different ways to express the art that he's in. He's a photographer, and it's just like, you don't really get a chance to see. Everybody wants to be the gangster and the shooter in the movie, but we never really get a chance to see the good kid who gets caught up in the mess in the
Mm,
streets. So I think
okay.
Monster's a good one to check out.
All right.
Again, you can find it on Netflix or RGTV. Um, the next one I got is called Spiral. Now, this one is only in theaters right now, or you can stream it. I think they charge only like 15 to stream it right now since it's so new. And you can also find it on RGTV. Now, this is the latest installment of the Saw series, and this one is special because it's starring Chris Rock. You know, uh,
Right. Right.
Now Chris Rock is a detective on here. His name is Zeke or whatever, and I don't want to tell. It's hard to say because it's so new. It just came out yesterday. I don't really want to tell the story. You know what I'm saying? But the way they go about the killings and the torture on this one is different than the way they did things in the past, man. And
Really?
the
Okay.
guy they got directing it, I think this is his fourth time directing Saw, because the original person who directed it, he left it off of Saw 1. He's been directing this one pretty much since 2.
Okay.
The latest guy. His name is Darren Lynn Bozeman. You know, but
Okay.
this one is crazy, man. I'm a horror fan. That's my thing. I prefer scary movies over everything. So I stamped this one immediately. This was a crazy
Stamped. Y'all hear
song.
that? Hippie Heem stamped it, y'all. Check it out. It's official.
The next one I got
What
for
else
you,
you got? What you got for us, Hippie Heem? What you got for us? I'm liking these so far. I'm
right,
gonna be busy this weekend.
right. Definitely, it's some hits on here. The next one's called The Upshaws. Now this one is starring Mike Epps, Wanda Sykes, and Kim Fields. And I know we ain't seen Kim Fields since Living Single,
Yeah,
you
really.
know, but she's still in her bag, man. Wanda Sykes is still funny, and Mike Epps, man. He's a I put him up in legend status, as far as recent legends. I feel like he made his mark as far as stand up comedy, and now he got his own sitcom to solidify itself. Um, but basically, he's got a wife and he's got a baby mom, and he's trying to balance the two households. And anybody who's got two baby moms or two women in their life know that it's damn near impossible to appease two people. So he gets caught up going back and forth trying to make both parties happy, and of course things go crazy, man. And Mike Epps keeps it funny the whole way through, you know.
Mm. I can't
And
wait to check that out. I really
yeah,
can't wait to check that. I've been waiting. When I first heard about it, I was like, I'm a Mike Epps fan. I'm a fan of Mike Epps, and a sitcom with Mike Epps, and I get to just watch him play a character over and over
exactly.
again. I can't wait. I can't
And
wait.
then and not to be controversial, but uh, Jamie Foxx dropped a sitcom before that on the same platform, Netflix.
Right.
And I believe that the Upshaws is better. I think it's funnier.
Okay.
Me and Jay Hussein, even though he ain't here to say his part, we did have this conversation already, and he was saying that he felt like maybe the 50 plus, would think that Jamie Foxx is funny because he's kind of playing like an older guy versus when he was younger, he was in his bag, he was a little more goofy, you know.
Mm.
But I just feel like funny is funny no matter what age you is. And I don't feel like, Jamie Foxx pulled his weight on his joint the way he could have. Maybe he was trying to give the other people some shine. Maybe he wasn't as hands-on with the writing as he could have been. But I feel like the Upshaws, man, Mike Epps, I feel like they closed the deal with this drama, and I laughed the whole time. So I think it's a much better show.
Is it a bingeable experience? Like, can I go watch the whole thing, or is it one of them things like they do on Disney where they give you one episode a week?
No, you could binge the whole thing. You know how Netflix do it, man. They just drop the whole series. They ain't really. I prefer it like that anyway, man. I'm not trying to sit there and wait each week, man. We've been through that in the past, man. We in the future now, right?
Right,
2021.
right.
Let us binge.
Absolutely, absolutely. You got any other suggestions for us?
Yeah, a couple more, man. So
Okay.
the next one I got is actually my favorite one out of all of these. Now it's called That Damn Michael Shea. Now the boy Michael Shea is the guy from SNL, right?
Yes, weekend update and writer. Absolutely.
Listen, man, and those was funny. I laugh at those, but I feel like this is a sketch comedy show that he did,
Okay.
similar to like Dave Chappelle show or Key and Peele. But I feel like he got a chance to put his own unique view on things. You know what I mean? And it was good. Even though it was controversial with the race and the police and things like that, I feel like a lot of the subjects were realistic, and he kept it funny the whole time. I wasn't like, oh, come on. You know what I mean? It wasn't like extra, extra. I feel like everything is just it's the reality that we face. Yeah,
Right.
you might go through this, but you also got all these other problems stacked on top. And they kept it funny, man. Like I said, so this one, I will put on the gut wrenching funny. The knee slapper, as they used to say back in the day, right? This one it really had me cracking up the whole time. So
Okay.
that damn Michael Shea, you can find that on HBO Max or RGTV, of course. All right, and
Absolutely.
honorable mention. The Mitchells versus the Machines, the cartoon. That's on Netflix and RGTV. That's just a little family show y'all can check out with your kids. And something called Innocent on Netflix. I didn't get a chance to finish this show called Innocent, but it's one of those mind twisting, where you got to really pay attention to it. It was good so far. I'm only about 4 episodes in. I'm gonna get back to y'all next week about that though.
Okay. Absolutely. Can't wait to talk to you about that one. Can't wait to talk to you about that one. Now, let's for the people that haven't been with us for a little bit, let's explain something to them. You were telling us you could watch on HBO Max or Netflix or RGTV. Tell the people what RGTV is.
I appreciate that. So RGTV is a TV box programmed to give you all the latest TV shows and movies and even live TV, automatic updates, and it's a one-time fee. You can't beat that. I know a lot of people are going with monthly subscriptions and they're going with a lot of older devices. This device is new and it's proven to work every single time. We haven't had any returns. We have had nothing but great reviews so far. I use it personally in all floors of my house. I'm watching uh any of the NBA games that's on. I'm watching them live. I do a lot of betting, you know what I mean, with FanDuel and stuff like that. So I gotta be up on my sports
Oh,
at all
oh yeah,
times.
absolutely.
But I'm watching all the movies and TV shows that I named today. I'm watching on RGTV. I actually got to look up to see if it's on Netflix and stuff like that, because I
Because
usually
you're
don't know.
watching RGTV, absolutely.
But,
So everybody out there, just go ahead and get the RGTV box, and we ain't got to tell you what it's on. You're just
yes, sir.
watching on RGTV, plain and
Yes, sir.
simple. Before I let you go, I do have to ask you we have our question of the day today. And that question is basically yesterday, as most people know, if you don't know, you're hearing it here first. The CDC has lifted the mask mandate for those that have been fully vaccinated. A lot of mixed feelings about this. I'm asking Hippie Heem, how do you feel about that decision of the CDC yesterday?
Well, I know that the CDC likes to play chess, and this is definitely a chess move on their part. For one, we know that it's a way to get more people to get the vaccine.
Mhm.
Because if you tell them, oh, you don't have to wear a mask anymore, of course people gonna be like, man, forget it. I'll just get the vaccine so I can go ahead and travel and do whatever I want to do. And for two, we know that they had just told us that you can still get the virus even if you're vaccinated. So why would you take away something that's protecting us if we can still get this, disease or whatever? It just doesn't make any sense. You're going back on your word within just a couple months. You know what I mean? Or not
Mhm.
even. I probably can go back a couple of weeks and find videos at CNN giving reports of that. So I think that it is real suspect. We should really be wary, especially in the black community where they keep saying the same things over and over, like, oh, black people are the most, they're going to get, COVID more than anybody. It's like, don't keep telling us that we're the most likely to have something done to us every little chance you get. We have eyes, we can see, right? If people were dropping like flies, we would see that. When there's a real bad flu in the area, guess what? People look like zombies out here. Everybody eyes are sunken in, their noses is red, they're looking crazy out here when it's a real bad flu season. We've seen it in person. We've seen what disease and things look like when they travel through neighborhoods. All right. People look bad. You can see it. We have not actually physically seen COVID. Now we've had personal cases, and we know somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody. That's true. That's true. Everybody's got that one person in their family. But where are the masses though? You know what I mean? I work up near a hospital. I didn't see droves of ambulances coming in, and it's all good. I understand, man. Yeah, everybody gotta do. I'm not trying to tell people how to feel about it. Everybody gotta do what they gotta do to be safe. I'm just saying, think for yourself and watch how
Absolutely.
you
That's
move.
that's the perspective from Hippie Heem from the real guys. You know what I mean? I
Yeah,
asked him for his perspective. He gave me his perspective. That's what we do. You know what I mean? Before I let you go again, give them your social medias and how they can get in touch with you and how they can check out the podcast.
okay, so you can check me out on Instagram at Hippieheem, HIPPIEHEEM. And I'm on Real Guys at REELGODS. And check out my brother Jay Hussein at JEYHUSSEIN. Um, and we're also on YouTube, and we're getting it together. We have had it under construction, but we got full videos coming out on YouTube, and it's going to be at Real Guys spelled the same way on YouTube, and we're also on Twitter at Real Guys.
There you have it. That's Hippie Heem from the Real Guys Podcast. He's gonna be joining us on the Friday Vibes Morning Show on Fridays. Him and his brother Jay Hussein been holding it down for the last few weeks, and I appreciate them. And I hope y'all been taking heed to their suggestions because they're pretty much on point. So never forget that. Hippie Heem, appreciate you, bro.
Appreciate you, bro. Back.
Talk to you next time. Now let's get back to the party here on the Friday Vibes Morning Show with yours truly, Jay Chris. Keep it locked, y'all. All right, cool. Hey, good job, man.
Appreciate it, man. My fault. A little nervous. I ain't used to getting on the radio. I'm trying to make sure my words is flowing.
Hey, you good, man? You good?
Uh,
Listen, all I'm gonna say is, I'm gonna send Jay the video,
yeah.
and just check it out and watch it, and if you want to improve on something, you know what I'm saying, I just study it. You know what I mean?
Thank you, sir. I
Do your
appreciate the
thing.
opportunity too, man. Seriously.
Absolutely, absolutely, man. You have a good one.
You too, brother.
All right, man.
All right.
If the game is on. Every night I pray I can. Hey, hey, hey. And we still here on the Friday Vibes Morning Show, y'all. I'm about to bring in my man Mike Knox. We're about to do this thing real quick, like we used to. Mike Knox will be joining you very shortly here on the Friday Vibes Morning Show here on New Twist Radio, newtwistradio.com, and the New Twist Radio app. Of course, we have been talking about the CDC has lifted their restrictions on mask wearing. How do you feel about that? You can hit me up, 215-486-0335. Or, of course, you can comment right here. Just go ahead in the comment section. Hit me up. Let me know what you think about the CDC lifting those mask restrictions. Are you going to continue to wear your mask, or what are you going to do? We have had a lot of different effects, a lot of different opinions. Now I know y'all can't hear the music, but no. I know y'all can't hear the music, but we got the Friday Vibes Morning Show going on in my ear right now, so you might be able to hear it. Mm-mm-mm. Nah, I know I saw it. Okay, I X'd it out. Gotta give my all to you. Hope. So as you can see, my man Mike Knox is in the building. Let me remove that real quick. Mike Knox is in the building, y'all. So right now, Mike, just so you know, we're live on Facebook,
Okay.
YouTube, and Twitch right now.
All right.
So let me see. You gotta wear a mask. Okay, so Mind Fleece on Twitch says, yeah, you gotta wear a mask. I think it's pointless not to wear it if it makes you even slightly safer. He said it's pointless not to wear a mask, even if it makes you slightly safer. So just to fill you in, Mike, I know you just jumping in with us. We're talking about, I got the music going on in the background, but we're live on video. The question of the day has been, with the CDC lifting their restrictions yesterday.
Yeah.
And, how are you feeling? Everybody's personal feelings about vaccinated people not wearing a mask. We've had some comments come in on the text line, some comments coming on my phone, some comments coming in on comments. So what we'll do is I'll play one more song and we can go live on air and talk about it. Plus, I want to talk about the NBA playoffs coming up and how my Sixers is just blowing that first seed.
Yeah, aren't they? They lost last night.
I know. I didn't even watch the second half. I only watched the first. After the first hour, I'm done. I'm this one's a wrap. They don't even look like they want to win this game. They just want to go down there and fight.
Yeah.
That's all they wanted to do was fight. So, but no, you know what? This is what we'll do. We're going right now in 30 seconds because you're here. So we'll do that.
I'm
And
here
just,
now.
my camera's here, but you're over here. So if I keep looking off to the side,
That's fine. That's fine. I get the gist of it. I'm a professional.
You're listening to the Friday Vibes Morning Show with yours truly, Jay Chris, here on New Twist Radio, newtwistradio.com, and the New Twist Radio app. Shout out to my man Hippie Heem, who just came through with his Real God suggesting segment for the weekend. I hope y'all was taking notes so y'all could see exactly what he was talking about, because the Real God's suggestions have been on point ever since they first got onto the show. But right now, if you are seeing us, if you are seeing me, you're seeing us. I got my man Mike Knox. If you don't know who Mike Knox is, then you haven't been listening to me that long. All right. Mike Knox and I have been doing radio things together for 10 years, on and off for 10 years. And I hit him up this morning. I said, yo, why don't you join me for the show this morning? He said, yo, I'm on a walk. Leave me alone, brother. I said, my bad. And then he came back. He said, all right, come on. Since you begged me, I'll be on. I said, all right, cool. But my man Mike Knox is in the building, man. What's going on, brother?
What's going on, man? Enjoying this Florida life.
I see. You get to go out and walk. You probably had shorts on, t-shirt.
I do. As a matter of fact.
I do right now, but I'm in the house. But I just turned off my little space heater, which I had on 77 degrees right now.
I live in my chalk line shorts. I live in them. My wife calls them the most expensive ball shorts ever.
Hey, I've been wearing nothing but ball shorts since the pandemic. I don't even know how I'm gonna put on regular clothes when we come back to when we get back to normal,
right.
When and if ever that happens. But Mike is on to talk about a few things right now. I'm going to start him off with the question of the day, but I want to talk a little bit sports with Mike a little bit later too. But right now we're talking. The CDC has lifted mask regulations for vaccinated people. What they're saying is that you do not have to wear a mask if you've been fully vaccinated. If you're outside, inside, only situations where they will suggest you wear a mask is if you are at a prison, at a homeless shelter, at a hospital, if you're on a bus, on a plane, or on a train. Okay. So when you heard this news come down yesterday, Mike, because I'm assuming this is not the first time you heard it right here live on the Friday Vibes Morning Show. What was your initial reaction to it?
Mixed, actually, because I'm not political, but I'm a firm believer in, if you're a friend of mine or if I back you, then I back you, right? So I don't like them calling our newly elected president clown all the time, right? Those little jokes to me don't sit well. So when they first, and I get this sometimes, this has been with every president since I've been born, sometimes don't make sense. You know what I'm saying? So other than Trump, who to me tried to divide the country, I'm for every president we had because I'm American, right? Even when it came to Trump, as much as I didn't like him, he's still my president, you know what I mean? But so when he comes out and he says, people say, well, like you just said, you don't have to wear your mask if you've been vaccinated. If you've been vaccinated or if you haven't been vaccinated, you wear your mask. Remember, wife and I was talking about this yesterday before the news even dropped. The best thing that ever happened to this country was social distancing. I felt like that before the pandemic came. Why you all up on me? Can you please give me some space? You know what I mean? You're in my bubble, as we say to our children. So my only problem with that, and to answer the question, is I'm supposed to pull out my license that says I've been vaccinated to everybody. You know what I mean? So at this point, we're talking about Americans. We're talking about people in general. I'm not gonna wear my mask. I don't want to wear my mask. And no, I didn't get vaccinated. I personally have not been vaccinated. I will not be vaccinated until you prove to me that the vaccination you had has been, people had a conspiracy theories. Oh, they've been had the cure. They've been had the vaccine. Take what you want to believe. My belief is I have never seen a vaccine created and been successful in under 3 to 4 years. So we're supposed to believe that this vaccination is supposed to be healthy in less than a year if it's being constructed. So it's not me being, they say, oh, you black aren't taking it. No, blacks aren't taking it because of several reasons. And for me, one of those reasons, most importantly, is that how am I supposed to know this has been cleared? How do I know this is safe for me? So I'm not going to get vaccinated until I see more proof of it not having any more setbacks and things like that. I personally don't care about wearing a mask. I worked at Disney. You had to wear a mask all day. I wore a mask all last summer in 100-degree weather. Wearing a mask is not as bad as people think it is. You're acting like a child when you say, "Oh, I can't wear this. It's just bull crap. This is this." No, just grow up and wear the damn mask and be safe.
Absolutely. We're talking with Mike Knox from the BDSIR network. And Mike has an interesting perspective on things because as you know, I'm here in the city of Brotherly. I'm here in the Northeast. He's down in Florida. In Florida, you know, we've heard a lot of things.
And Santos is a dick. Excuse my language, mom.
We've heard a lot of things about Florida over the last few, even pre-pandemic. A lot of things going on in Florida. You know, so give me a feel of what the pandemic has been like in Florida, because I know what it's been like up here.
Right.
What has it been like in Florida, especially with the nice weather?
Where's the reason all this shit is still going on?
Politicizing stuff, and
where's the reason why all this stuff is still going on? When the rest of the world was closed, right? I have a belief, and this is just me. If we just stayed our lazy, not lazy, we just stayed our, what's the word I'm looking for? We're too proud to beg in a sense. You know what I mean? We're prideful. We don't. If we just stayed in the house for 2 weeks, we'd have been fine. But no, you got to go outside. You got to do this. You got to do that, right? So here in Florida, where the majority of the world didn't work 6, 7, 8, 9 months, I was back to work in 6 weeks. I was back to work in 6 weeks. So where your state was closed, where everybody was flying to Florida. You know what I mean? So I personally didn't like it. I also have a belief that back in October, not October 2020, October 2019, I believe we all had this virus in the first place. I remember a scene, well, I was definitely sick for about 10 days. I mean, fever up, fever down, body aching, the whole nine. Then I was better. My wife went through it. My kids even went through this. My whole entire department at Disney went through this because you had everybody come from all over the world. Everybody comes to Disney. Everybody comes to Florida. It's the #1 tourist attraction place in our country. It's Florida. Mm-hmm. So everybody comes here. So for us, it was weird at first, especially I lived in a tourist area at the time. Right. So no matter what, it's always, so it looked like it was a ghost town for the first week. After that week was over, oh no. You know, and I thought it was cool that you go to Walmart and it's Walmart's gonna let 60 people in the store at a time. Right? That was cool at first, right? Target, they're washing down your carts before you get them, right? And then all of a sudden, 2 months later, no one's doing these things anymore. But I'm talking to guests coming from like Utah and Vegas. And they're like, there's still lines and numbers to get into the store. Like, we'll go to Walmart, it's a 2-hour wait sometimes because they're outside waiting to get inside the stores. Now, I don't think we're that bad anymore, but I definitely think it's time for, if you just stay safe. To me, it's like talking to your kids about anything, you know, or be an adult, right? Let's be adults. Let's be mindful, right? The mask isn't for that person's protection necessarily. It'd be for your protection, so it's so that you don't get nobody else sick. Right? Like we have these microphone covers, right? If I could probably take this microphone cover and squeeze it over the years, I'm quite sure a whole 8-ounce bottle of water saliva out of it from all the spitting out of it. That's why you wear a mask. So you don't spit on people. You know what I mean? And things like that, and your nose running, things like that. People just got to understand we have to do what's best, right? If you're going to be a part of this country, whether you believe in the democracy system or you don't believe in it, it's still your government, right? So if your government says not to, you don't do it. If your government says do so, you do it. And that's how I feel. The vaccination, they're giving you options with that. So I have the option. I'm not taking it until proven that it's healthier for me to take, right? So I'm going to wear my mask. I'm going to wear my gaiter. You know what I mean? I'm going to wear whatever it takes. I tell my kids all the time, yo, we be out in public, yo, put your mask on. You know what I'm saying? That's how I play the game. That's how it is here. But here in Florida, stores will tell you that you have to wear a mask inside the store, but then like the employees themselves inside the store is not wearing a mask. So Florida is very roll the dice on what you're going to get. There's a lot of people that don't care. There's a lot of people that do care. And so I'm that guy who are stuck in the middle. Depending on where I am, I wear my mask.
Let me give you a little perspective. We're gonna get back to the music right after this, and then we're gonna come back and talk about a little bit of sports. But let me give you a little perspective on being in a different area. Okay, because I don't know if you've been able to travel out of Florida at all during the pandemic. I was able to travel to West Virginia last year for my niece's high school graduation, and it was in June, maybe. I feel like it was late. Like it was late. They had to
I think I
delay.
remember you. I remember you going out. I think it was like June
Yeah,
or July. I remember
yeah,
that.
it was something like that. So yeah. But anyway, I get out there, right? And I get out there, and I'm coming from Pennsylvania. Mask, everything. Everything is pandemic this, pandemic that. I get out there,
Mm-hmm.
and the mask, you didn't have to wear a mask. See, they were not very high in cases out there at the
Right.
time,
Mm-hmm.
and you did not have to wear a mask. It was very weird to just see there were some people like if you were working at a store,
Yeah.
you were wearing a mask, but you were not required as a customer to wear a mask. I thought that was, I thought it was weird because of what I had become accustomed to here
Right.
in Pennsylvania.
That's the majority of the Midwest, Southern Hemisphere at that time. Indiana,
There's a lot of
Wisconsin,
that. There's a lot
yeah,
of that. A lot of that
Kentucky.
going around. So I mean, a lot like, but your experience in Florida is different from my experience in PA, which
Mm-hmm.
was different from my experience in
Well, here it was
West
mandatory you had
Virginia.
to wear a mask. It was mandatory, and I think that's why Santos has done what he's done. Like, I mean, I'm not a fan of Santos. I'm just not, because I think when it comes to the world, you have the United
And
States,
by the same, you talking about the
the
governor of
governor,
Florida,
right? And then you have your state governor. Your state governs their own thing, right? So if the CDC is supposed to be the world, if they say one thing, how can he say something different? You know what I'm saying? And that's where you have to look at your state in Pennsylvania, like you just said, it's different than it is here. You know what I mean? Like, for instance, switch a little topic, but not switch topics. Marijuana is different in other states than it is in other states. Some states it's decriminalized. Some states it's still not decriminalized. Some states it's legal. Some states it isn't legal. Right? So that's where to me, you should always just govern what that state is. If you don't believe in what that state is doing, then protect yourself. Like I said, he's saying no mask. I'm going to still wear a mask because I'm not vaccinated. So I'm not going to put myself out there to possibly get sick or my kids get sick. And there's no problem with me wearing a mask. But for you, you may feel, hey, I'm safe. That's the problem with the country that we live in. Not like a problem, but that's the area of that we need to work on. As people, not as Americans, it's just people in this country dealing with what we're still going through. I don't think it's as bad as it was, but it's still out there.
Well, let's get back to the music real quick, and then we're gonna come back when we talk about some sports because my team is down near your house, and they blew one, and they have another opportunity a little closer to your house, but I don't know. I don't know. I don't. No, they were in Miami last night. With those ugly uniforms and that ugly court. That's where they were. But let's get to the music. We'll be right back here on the Friday Vibes Morning Show. I'm here with Mike Nas. We're gonna talk about some sports coming up. Keep it locked, y'all. So we're still live here on YouTube and Twitch and Facebook. Yeah, Facebook. I had to look at what it was. So you can hit us up 215-486-0335. That's the number to text. That's our text line. Hit us up on the text line and your shout, your reshouts. I don't know what a reshout is, but with your shouts, your requests, and all your comments and stuff like that. But we're talking with Mike Knox from the BDSIR network, and Mike is an avid. If you're not following Mike, you need to follow him on Twitch. You need to follow him on Facebook, Twitter, all that good stuff. Mike is the go-to guy when it comes to professional wrestling and to talk about professional wrestling. He is that guy. So he's probably getting called by Vince right now. I'm telling you right now. But look, if you watch, he's probably getting called by Vince right now. I can see it. But with his podcast and his talks about professional wrestling and his shows about, after the pre and post pay-per-view shows, the pre and post Monday Night Raws and all like that, SmackDowns and all like that. This is where you want to be, people. All my wrestling fans out there. This is the guy. This is the guy right here. Okay, I'm trying to tell you. Was that Vince, Mike?
No, wish.
was it Gene Tunney?
Jack Tunney, yeah, he's gone.
Jack Tunney, my man. Jack Tunney. He's calling you from beyond.
No, I wish. Well, I don't wish, but because he's beyond. But.
Now that would be funny. Be careful what you wish for.
Right.
So for those, excuse me, I take a little sip.
You drinking one of them bubblies?
I would say, but they don't pay me.
Okay.
But yes.
My
It's a
wife likes
cat.
those things.
It's a
I'm not,
it's a
I'm not, I'm not, a
caffeinated
fan,
one.
I'm not a fan of those things.
It's a cat. This caffeinated one. I done stopped drinking coffee. I
Wow.
ain't gonna hold you. I get one of
Okay.
these Jones. I'm good all day. I drink one of these after I get off work in the morning, and I can't even go to sleep. I just gotta go out and do stuff because I can't go to sleep. Oh, where are we? What time is it? Oh,
It is exactly 9:38.
we got 20 minutes left in the show, so we'll talk a little about
You
sports.
talking about we gonna stop documenting these video games.
Oh man, stop that shit.
Just saying.
Cut that
I
out.
don't never get a, baseball game,
See,
anybody,
but see,
adding anybody.
you know what I've noticed with you, and I told you this before.
Here we go.
I'm always ducking you when you win, but after I win, I don't hear shit from
We
you for
haven't
a long ass.
played in like
Huh?
3 years.
Yeah, because last time I won,
Like I know you personally.
the
I
last,
can text you personally.
but you
You be
haven't.
on it every day.
But you haven't.
Haven't what?
You haven't texted me personally and said where you at.
I figured you see me pop on like I see you pop on. You got your whole list
Bruh.
of Xbox
Bruh.
friends. I got mine.
Bruh, how many times have you seen me pop on and I'm actually playing something?
I don't
Probably
know.
almost never.
It
Like I'll
says
turn the
you're on.
game
I don't
on.
know if you're playing.
I turn the game on and I'll walk away and get into something totally different, or I'll pause it and I'll never come back for like 4 days, and my journal will be on pause for like 4 days.
See, that's bad.
Like I actually just turned it off from 2 nights ago.
That's
Yeah, before I started the show.
You gotta turn that thing off.
It's off now. All right, we got 10 seconds. I'm coming back in 10 seconds. You're listening to the Friday Vibes Morning Show with yours truly, Jay Chris, here on New to Us Radio, newtousradio.com, and New to Us Radio app. And right now, we got special guests in the studio. We got a special guest on with us right now because we're not in the studio. We got Mike Knox from the BDSIR Network. And with the NBA playoffs coming up, Mike, I have one concern, and one concern only. And that is the recent play of my Philadelphia 76ers. Okay, that's my only concern. I'm not concerned about them in the playoffs. I'm not concerned. You know what? I'm concerned about them at the moment. Okay, and they were prior to these 2 losses, they were like the hottest team in the NBA. Right? They had won 8 of 7, something crazy. Right? But they lost to Indiana. No Joel Embiid. No Furkan Korkmaz. Shea. What's his name? I'm sorry, I'm brain farting here, but no Shake Milton, and they lost to Indiana, and it was a good game, and then they just kind of lost at the end. Last night was not a good game at all, right? Last night they played the Miami Heat down in your state, those ugly uniforms with the ugly court.
Okay,
down in the state in which you reside.
Thank you.
Down in the state in which you reside, you need to claim the state. It's a nice state. It's got some sun. It don't get cold that much. Not like here.
It's a red state. I can never claim a red state.
Okay. Okay. I can understand that.
I live here. Trust me. The legislation here is no. I'm never going to claim Florida.
I believe it.
This man gave billions of dollars to corporations that are upping the unemployment. No, I'm cool.
All right. We aren't gonna go there. We just sports segment. We don't go there.
Bad. I'm sorry.
I want you to talk me off the ledge, Mike.
Okay.
Are you able to talk me off the ledge with my Sixers right now?
I hope so. I told you yesterday to not worry. That the NBA finest, the aficionados out there, just automatically want to give this to the New Jersey Nets, or the Brooklyn Nets. I'm sorry, right? And yeah, you're gonna pay for. You got, Slim Reaper. You got, Kyrie. You got Harden. But what it's worth, Blake Griffin on a team with all these people around him should be able to participate. I don't think they're deep enough. I think for what it's worth, everybody keeps talking about, like, look at how the Milwaukee Bucks last couple games. They scored like 140 something points the last 3 games in a row, right? And they're on a 2-game win streak with that. It's defense. If you give up 130 something points, where's the defense? I think the Sixers have the best defense, not just only in the NBA, but definitely in the Eastern Conference. So I think they will be just fine. Now, the problem with this team over the last few years, and I've told you this from 4 or 5 years ago, was Brett Brown. That's why Jimmy Butler's on this team, because of Brett Brown. Brett Brown would constantly, you go back to that Celtics series 3 years ago, constantly got out-coached by Brad Stevenson. There's not many coaches in this league, if any, that's not named Greg Popovich or maybe Spoelstra because he has had the tutelage of being taught by Pat Riley, is going to out-coach Doc Rivers when it matters most. So for that, I say, back it off. We have time. Everybody still wasn't there yesterday. Court Mox didn't play yesterday, and it was just a game. Again, when you go to Miami, come on. That's going to be a game you always going to go up in the air because it's Miami.
It's hard to win in Miami. It's hard to win in Miami, and not because the team is good. It's just hard to ignore the surroundings.
Yeah. I'm trying to go play. I'm going to South Beach.
Exactly.
2 for 50 La Maritas. What it's called.
So with the playoffs also still playoffs coming up. You like it sounds like you like the Sixers in the East.
I had the Sixers winning the whole thing. I bet this months ago when that trade first went down with James Harden coming over. I told everybody I don't care. And everybody keeps talking about, like I said, the aficionados, the pundits out there will tell you New Jersey. No. Who has been still the best team through all the injuries that the Sixers have had? Joel Embiid, they talk about how the Nets haven't played together. How much over this past season has Embiid and Simmons actually been on the court together? Right? It's like when one's hurt, the other one's there. When others, what I'm saying? They're constantly missing time. But when they're there together, I just think the starting 5 versus starting 5, I'm taking the Philadelphia 76 every day over any starting 5 in the NBA because of the versatility that they had. And I love Dwight Howard as a backup. He's a better backup for this team than, say, he's gone now. He went to Atlanta. They got rid of him from Florida. What's his name? Horford. You know what I mean? Than Horford was because Horford just didn't demand the post. That's not his play. It's never been his play. Right. The White's going to demand the post. The White's going to attack the boards. The White's going to play defense. That's what Embiid does. That's a perfect setup or a perfect backup for Embiid. I just think they're just loaded all around. I just really believe that. These guys can hit their shots and hit these threes, and Shake Milton can have some interceptions at 42 when it matters most in the playoffs. They're going to be just fine.
There is a concern I have with Dwight Howard, and it's his technical fouls. And he's very close to that suspension, that suspension number. I'm surprised he didn't get a technical foul last night with the scuffle with. It wasn't even really a scuffle, but the little dust up he had with Udonis Haslem that got Udonis Haslem tossed. Only reason he didn't get a tech, I guess, is because he really didn't do much. Right, Udonis kind of looked like the instigator in that whole thing. But if Dwight has to miss a game, right? That affects the dynamic of the bench with Philadelphia, and I know Embiid is going to be getting a majority of the playoff minutes, right? Dwight's minutes will probably go down, but they don't have to, right? Dwight is the type of player where they can probably still play the same kind of minutes, and Dwight will still be as effective. If Dwight gets suspended for a game in the playoffs, let's say it's the Eastern Conference Finals. Let's say that it's against the Nets or Milwaukee, which people are, that's the assumption, but we don't never know.
Hope it's that one game don't bite him in the ass.
It has to be like the second game.
Yeah, it can't.
That's the only game it can be.
I would actually tell him just get out the way right now. While the regular season's going on, get it out the way.
But every tech after that is another suspension. So it's like, I don't know what to do, man.
Well, I'm going to just tell the man, go ahead and get out the way. Get it out the way so that way you get your suspension in the regular season. And then from there, mind your P's and Q's. He just learned from LeBron. It's time for him to wake up. You've had Kobe tell you were soft. You come back, right? Come on. Everybody forget that Kobe told that man he was soft.
I'll never. Every time he gets in the scuffle, I was like, Kobe said you're soft. I don't believe you, bro. I'm sorry. You're on my team now, and I still don't believe you.
Still don't believe you because Kobe called you soft. So get it out the way. And man up. This is where people get your paycheck is earning the playoffs. So earn your paycheck.
There you have it. We're talking with Mike Knox from the BDSR Network. You can definitely check out Mike. Mike's not going anywhere. At least I don't think he is. But we do have to get back to some music so we can get y'all on that positive vibe coming out of your work week and into your weekend. But Mike, before we go into this, go get back to music. I want you to let people know where they can find you.
Right there, if you're watching, is at Mike Knox. If you're listening, it's at Mike Knox. That's with 3 X's because, I can be hardcore at times. It's just a lot of things. But listen, I'm just a guy who speaks his mind. If you're okay with that, if you're not okay with that, don't like it, listen anyway.
There you have it. Now let's get back to the music here on the Friday Vibes Morning Show. It's Jay Chris. I'm sitting here with Mike Knox from the BDSR Network, and we're coming close to landing this plane, but I still want y'all on that right vibe for the weekend. So keep it locked right here to the Friday Vibes Morning Show, New Truth Radio. All right, cool.
J. Cole got a new album just hit.
J. Cole, what?
J. Cole new album hit overnight.
Oh yeah, no, it got like the baby on it, Cameron on it.
Got Cameron on it.
I think so. I think I read it got Cameron on it.
I might listen to it next day. Cameron's on.
Yeah. Like I'm a J. Cole fan, but it's just a shame he's in the era with a lot of rappers that I just don't want to listen to.
And that's the reason why I listen to him, because it's like when Kendrick comes out. It's like when the Game comes out. You take a harder listen because they're like, I personally was upset last year that Busta wasn't Oscar nominated. Yeah, I personally thought Busta Rhymes had the best hip hop album I heard in the last 3-4 years.
That album was tough. That was a tough album.
It was as tough as 90s could get, you know. And I mean, 90s rap was like a $2 shake.
Right.
It was hard.
Right. I got my cameras on.
Can you like close it for a second?
Excuse me.
Ooh, what a belch.
Thought I told you that we won't stop. I thought I told you that.
Look at that V split.
You good?
The V split. The
what I got
the broadcaster.
Well, no, it's what I use as a camera. It's called give me 1 second. It's called X Split V Cam. Like I told you, you pay one time virtual background for life. You don't have to have a green screen up, because I like most relationships. Your wife, your girl, your children gonna walk in anytime, and you know what I mean. She can walk in right now. You can't see her unless she's this close. You know what I'm saying? So
okay. I
did it for that, because my wife would get mad. Like that's why she keep me out the living room. You streaming? I can't walk in my living room. Get out. That was it.
Hold up. Oh man, can't wait till the show over, because I gotta go to the bathroom. I forget we're still live on the other stuff.
But you got to poop.
Nah, I don't. But I wish I did. Just get it all out the way.
You poop at the same time. I'm looking at these. Clint Capella in the top of the league in rebounding and blocks. It's insane to me.
Clint Capella is a hell of a ball player.
Steals. Jimmy Butler leads the league in steals.
Is Thibault still up there?
In steals?
Wasn't he close to the top in steals?
Nah, he's not even in the top 5.
Okay.
Top 5.
He was top.
Draymond, Van Fleet, and Holiday.
He was top 5 in something that they just mentioned like last week, unless he just dropped out.
Durant and both Harris, both top 5. How come Marquise Morris in the top 3 at 3-point percentages and Bobby Portis? That they don't shoot enough. That shouldn't even count.
I really don't have nothing to come back with.
Oh, I go.
Oh, I do. Yes, I do.
Okay.
Yes,
I got.
You got what?
I was out of the bathroom. I'm joking. I was gonna go to the bathroom.
I mean, if you got to go, you can go, because I'm getting ready to wrap up the show anyway.
All right. Well, I'll let you, brother.
All right, man. Be good.
All right. Yep. Thanks for having me on.
Yep. We getting ready to wrap up this show, this Friday Vibes Morning Show. Let me put the music back in my ear so I can hear what's going on the station. Aren't you? You know, I think I want to hear this. Baby, I need you in my life. I thought I told you that we won't stop. I thought I told you that we won't stop. Mm-hmm. I need you in my life. Girl, in my hope. Mm-hmm. Neptunes. Cause we can't stop. Sometimes I rhyme slow, sometimes I rhyme quick. I was on 125 in St. Nick, chilling with this chick named Tonda Layers. She was a hot girl. Remember trying to slay her. Well, find the players. Hope. Call her. I got Bentley Benson and Mr. Belvedere. Blow your mind. I'm talking really blow your mind. Menage a trois. Not the car. I'm an optimist. D, the I, the D, the D, the Y, the D, the I, the D is Diddy. Hold up, it's Diddy. The D, the I, the D, the D, the Y, the D, the I, the E is Diddy. It's Diddy. Said it before. I never let the mic hypnotize me no more. You can handle this. Los Angeles. Handle this. Handle this. Too far to be the bourgeois. To me, it's a blue car. Too far. Watch the security guards. The D, the I, the D, the D, the Y, the D, the I, the D is Diddy. It's Diddy. The D, the I, the D, the D, the Y, the D, the I, the D is Diddy. This Diddy. La 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 la. You work it out, girl. La 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 la. Come on, work it out, girl. I see you work it out, girl. Stop. Now wait a minute. Neptunes. Bend like fingers. Shake it, girl. It's Diddy. It's Diddy. The D, the I, the D, the D, the Y, the D, the I, the D is Diddy. It's Diddy. La 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 la. Until you work it out, girl. La 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 la. Come on, work it out, girl. You've been listening to the Friday Vibes Morning Show with yours truly, J. Chris, here on New Twist Radio, newtwistradio.com, and the New Twist Radio app. I'm going to give a shout out to my man Hippie Heem from The Real Guys coming in, giving you his weekend suggestions. Of course, we're going to be posting this video on our YouTube channel over on, that's of course, youtube.com/New Twist Radio. And you can check out his weekend suggestions if you missed any of that. Shout out to my man Mike Knox joining us, talking a little bit about the NBA playoffs that will be coming up in about a week or so. So, you know, it's getting to that time. Shout out to everybody that gave their comments and opinions and hit us on the text line 215-486-0335. Now, I hope I did what I was supposed to do. And of course, that was put you on the right vibe going into your weekend. And I hope you get to enjoy your weekend. So get out there, stay safe, be blessed. I love y'all for loving me. And it's time for me to get up out of here. Appreciate y'all. Talk to y'all next time. Peace. Mm-mm-mm-mm.